My name's Ken Young. I'm Emma and Peter's dad, and I guess it's my fault that they got into driving, because they saw me doing it and having a lot of fun, so they decided they wanted some money action. I have a variety of roles in the team. I help train the ponies, I groom for them in practice. I also spend a lot of time trying to help them with their driving and suggest areas where they can improve. But once it comes to competitions, my job is to stand on the back step and try and keep them upright. So use my weight to keep the carriage balanced, and only really get involved when things go wrong. So if anything goes wrong inside an obstacle, I'm to be, my role is to get out there and keep the horses calm while we can sort it out, or if we go wrong in one of the obstacles, try and find a route that we can get ourselves back on course and going again. The hardest part of being a groom, particularly if you are a driver, is keeping your mouth shut so that you don't actually make things worse for the driver, particularly if they're starting to feel stressed. Quite often the only thing you can do is stay quiet and let them work at it. It's not easy, particularly going into dressage or cones, if the driver's got themselves in the wrong place mentally. My favourite part, I guess, is the marathon, because you're a little bit more involved in it. You've got more to do. You're throwing your weight around quite a bit to try and keep the carriage balanced, but also trying to make sure that on the timing side we're inside all of the windows, such that we don't take penalty points for either coming in too early or too late. The bit that I least enjoy is the dressage, because in that all you can do is sit there and do nothing, and particularly if things aren't going right, that's really hard. You can actually see on some of the pictures of the dressage where I'm actively biting my lip so as not to say anything and take penalty points. Training for grooming is pretty hard. It's all about core strength, but also you require a reasonable amount of strength and flexibility, so you move around on the back of the carriage and hold yourself in place. Particularly, if you do start hitting things with the carriage, it can fishtail pretty violently, and if you're not holding on hard and you haven't got all of your points of contact right, then you're going out the side door. So it's all about strength, stability, and just enough core strength that you can do the job properly. Obviously the ponies are much smaller, so they tend to take tighter routes. The big team are just so tight in obstacles. It's really hard to get through. But the problems are pretty much the same. Your challenge with the Shires is if you do hit something and get caught up, they've got so much power, then the carriage can move very violently as they accelerate it away. With ponies, it's simply the fact you're going in with so much speed. If you hit something, it tends to stop very rapidly. So it's slightly different, but very similar. The big change to the grooming in the last year is both the teams are going faster, and because of that you have to move around a lot quicker, and you also have to get your weight much further out than we used to have to. 12 months ago you could pretty much stand on the back and not do very much, and unless things went horribly wrong, it didn't matter where you were, where now you've got to be out there keeping things stable, otherwise you'll get into trouble. One other thing that's changed is because of that extra speed, we now use the turntable brake much more frequently. So one of the jobs of the grooms is to work out where and when the turntable brake needs applying to stop the carriage fishtailing, and when you need to get it back off again, so you're not restricting the use of the turntable, so you can't get around things. So it's something we're still learning. I don't think we've fully got that sorted yet.